The Great American Road Trip. For my journey, I would go to LA and just hang out by beaches and get a nice beach house and go to the beach every day, swim in the ocean, all that sort of stuff. I would take the Route 66 from Chicago. I would drive to Chicago from St. Louis, and I would drive from there to LA through Route 66 because it's just a very historical road and it's got a lot of history on it, and like it would be cool to say that I drove on it. Just my opinion. And second part of this, um, yeah, I chose LA because it's so popular, and just I've seen everybody has a good time there, and it's warm and sunny, and it's a really cool environment. Like a lot of like party environment stuff too, which I also like. And then I already explained Route 66, a lot of history and cool that I to say that I went there. All right, my music that I would listen to is the album Uncaged by Zach Brown Band. Now, Zach Brown Band is my favorite band, um, like as of now, but I would listen to this album because it's just a very it's a really cool album. It's my favorite album of all time. It's got I know every word, every song, and it's a really cool memory. Um, when I'm out on the beach, I like to put my earbuds in and just listen to music. And so this would be my go-to album on the road. Also, a nice sunny drive with this album playing would be just my ideal drive. And I first heard the album when I was on on my couch, um, just trolling on Spotify, looking for new songs, looking for new music, and I found this album and I listened to it probably 1,000 times in 1 week because I liked it so much, and um, I'm a huge country music fan, so this was just fan service for me. Um, Most of the albums are most of the songs are like about living the good life on a beach, with the person you want to be with or people you want to be with, just having fun and relaxing, and that's my heaven. So all right, and a second part of this, um, some lyrics that I thought were powerful is from Lance's song, which is "We don't know what we got till it's gone, like it or not." It's really powerful because um, it really relates to life, and uh, you know we take things for granted, and you know when we lose something, then we know how much um, we took it for granted, and just like this quarantine thing, we're taking restaurants for granted, all this sort of stuff that was open before we take for granted now. And another lyric is, and when I lived out my days until the very end, I hope they find me in my home with a guitar in my hand. So this is powerful for me because this is the way I would want to go out, is just relaxing in my own home, doing the thing that I love, and just uh, you know, yeah, doing what I love. Um, this album relates to my location because, I love the beach, and a lot of the songs are about being on a beach. And when I'm on the beach, I would listen to all these songs because, they're just like they make me like feel really cool, like really good on the beach. Because I feel like I'm like in his position. Um, a distinct a distinct American theme that tagged along with these are of freedom and liberty because all of these songs are about doing what they want in America, and in some other countries you might not have the freedom to do this, to go to a beach and just do whatever you want, be with whoever you want. Sometimes there are restrictions on certain countries, so that's really the American like way, is freedom and liberty. Who would I bring on this journey? So I have these are my three favorite actors: John Krasinski, Jared Padalecki, and Chris Pratt. So these guys always have a lot of fun, like on their sets, and like I've seen a couple videos of them just goofing around, and they have really good senses of humor that are really similar to mine, and I just think that it would be like a really good time with them. So, and social topics of social justice on my car ride. So, if I were to have any conversations about social justice, it would most likely be on abortion. Um, and it's like the reason I picked it is because I know a lot about it, and it's a real issue in society, and I think it's really wrong. And yeah, it's the if anyone doesn't know what abortion is, it's the legal um, ending of a pregnancy, and it's very wrong because it is immoral to kill an innocent child just for the convenience of the mother, and it's very like uh, it's very wrong to end a life just for someone else's convenience, and it shouldn't be like that. I think if you were to be put down, then it would be because you did something wrong, and this child didn't do anything wrong. So I think that that's a wrong thing that I would talk about. Um, some things that contribute to the problem are, abortion clinics, state governments, and Planned Parenthood is the biggest contributor because it's basically the guidebook to wherever you go to like perform uh, an abortion or find out where you can uh, have an abortion and what to do and like how, and it basically says why it's okay. And so they're conveying a negative message and false, and they're conveying falsehoods onto people. And without them, there would be definitely be less abortions in society. Ooh, excuse me. Some things that can be done to promote, like the things that I believe in pro-life values, is going to local governments and talking to officials and just putting the idea of pro-life values in their brain and getting them to think about it and want to change it. Because really, you can't do anything if you don't get in touch with the government because they're what controls everything like that in America. And another good thing is the pro-life march in Washington every year, because they really give a message and they send it out to millions of people that see it. And it's in Washington, so they're basically doing it in front of the people that can make a change. And yeah, so that's important. Proof that Planned Parenthood is basically a guidebook is, here's the link, is at the bottom of this slide. All right, moving on. Some things you can do for the destruction of the action of abortion. Um, some things that I could do on my trip is you could go to popular beaches and interview people about it and talk to them about it, because talking is really like conversation about these things are really like the first step into fixing an issue. And so you can go to beaches and interview people and like just put the idea in their head, and make people more and more people on your side and convince them that it's wrong. Spreading the word, uh, if you want to call it that. This goes with the committed to justice portion of the grad, because it shows that like I'm going to interview people and try to fix a problem, and like that's a commitment to justice. Um, and yeah, here's a link where I found a lot of the information that I found, which was basically that abortion's immoral and they're aborting an innocent child. Moving on, my book choice. A final slide. If I were to choose any book to read on this trip, I would choose The Giver by Lois Lowry, because this book is my favorite book, and I I read it in sixth grade, and it was like my favorite. It's been my favorite book for about uh, 3 years, maybe. I don't know if my math is wrong on that, but uh, it's just got like a very interesting plot and very interesting ideas, and they did it. She did it perfectly because She made me care about the characters at the end of the story, and entertained me with every like single page that I turned. And like that's really important in a book that keeps my interest. And I'm not much of a book reader, but this was I would read this again. Um, and it would also dive into the theme of committed to justice, because through the entire story, the character is being handed information from the giver about the past and things that don't exist anymore, like color and war and things like that. And he wants to tell everyone the truth about everything. And everyone, nobody wants him to do that, but he knows it's the right thing. So he goes against everyone he's ever known or loved and faces a punishment up to death, as bad as death. And he still goes and does it because he knows it's right. And that's really committed to justice, is willing to give up everything for justice. All right, that's the end of my presentation.